a bathtub for that dirty kitty and that dirty puppy. Oh, I see something that could be a bathtub. Could this be a bathtub? No, I think it could be a bathtub. Oh, I see a better bathtub. All right, Spot's in the water. What are you pouring?
I'm pouring soap.
You're pouring soap? The Early Start Denver model is built for children who are in the infant, toddler, preschool period. And a lot of the research that's come out has shown that children with autism are in fact very much on a typical developmental trajectory, but at different points than their same age peers.
Scrub, scrub, scrub.
Is she clean? Well, what do you do after she's clean? I think she needs to be dried off. Well, I met Andrew when he was still a 1-year-old. When I met him, he was in his house carrying around 2 toys. What he did with them was to drop one on the floor and then drop the other on the floor and then walk a circle around them, staring at them. Then he'd pick them up and turn halfway, drop, drop, circle, pick up, drop, drop. And he did this lots of the day. As much as possible, he shut himself in his mother's closet, and this was his routine. There was no face expression, there were no sounds, eye contact. That was what Andrew did at that time. He needs a towel. And so in a developmental model, the child is his or her own best teacher. What's important in our therapy is that it isn't that the adult is saying this is what we do, but that the adult and the child together create something that's interesting for both.
Hey, so what do you want to play today? You have a kitchen here. Do you want to play with the kitchen?
Yes.
Oh, okay, kitchen. Should we play restaurant or store? Restaurant? Okay, that sounds good. Okay, Mr. Chef, we need to get you some food. Where's your food, Chef? When he first started, he was not quite 2. He was not talking. Elijah didn't have any language. He had some aggression, mainly due to his frustration because of lack of communication. Oh no! Jeep in a heap. Ah. What? And the sheep weep.
Sheep in a Jeep on a hill that's steep.
That's yucky.
They're sticky and they're dirty. Simon came to us when he was just over 2 years old, just about turning 2, and got a diagnosis of autism. When he came in, he didn't have any words that I had heard. He was pretty limited with his expressive and receptive language as well as his play skills. He had a lot of deficits coming in, and we started treatment. The family goes through a 12-week parent coaching period.
How about a chicken?
Oh, wow. Simon, should we make a house or a bed?
I make a farm.
Oh, you want to make a farm. That's a good idea.
Whoa.
Here's some blocks.
When we first started with the Mind Institute, Simon was not talking. I had been trying to work with him on sign language, and so he had a few signs, maybe 4 or 5 signs, and he had some animal sounds, and that was it. Now he just has a huge vocabulary, and he's even reading right now.
And then he started the intensive in-home treatment with us, and we do 20 hours per week of therapists going to his home, and then some ongoing parent training as well.
Good job. Pull up your fishing rod.
A green.
A green what?
Green fish.
A green fish? Simon.
Sometimes it feels a little forced
How did you land on that activity?
because he was gravitating towards it. So just by letting him choose.
Yeah, you did a good job following.
Well, parent training is a very important part of any kind of autism intervention. And really, if you're talking about infants and toddlers and young children, all interventions with all children in this age group involve families.
Okay,
Oh, I'm never stopping.
so I'm going to work on this side.
So why don't you shift that over there so it's more in your area and he can't the box of the chocks. Yeah, maybe put him towards you so he has to go through you to get the materials
Okay.
or direct you.
Say, here's one. Do you want one with a little ramp? 2. I didn't really appreciate it until I saw it in action. But I was completely exposed to all the play tools they use. Literally, instead of like a tutor relationship, tutor-client, they're going to be a skilled play peer. The power of play should not be denied from an autistic child. They're like, if the child doesn't know how to play, we're going to teach the child how to play, because they want to take advantage of this powerful tool. Through play, they're going to learn. But we just have to have their motivation. And so that commitment to saying we're going to be creative, this is going to be fun. I even took the television out of the house. So we just really capitalize on every play opportunity. Shall we get some?
Parents are the most important relationships in a very young child's life. If the parent isn't using successful interaction communication techniques with a young child, there's really no substitute for that.
You want to be out? Can I be Tigger? Can I be Tigger? Thank you. Who wants to go down the slide too?
An objective you might be able to throw in is the in back of, in front of, and behind. Getting in line, and you can target that objective and then going down. He seems pretty motivated by that.
Okay, can you put owl in back of Piglet? Good job.
Perfect.
Whee! Yeah. I've really learned how to be patient with Simon and how to try to come to him with an open mind. They call them the ABCs, the antecedent, the behavior, and the consequence. And when Simon does have, whether it be a negative behavior or a positive behavior, looking at what happened before it and what brought that on. And so, you know, sometimes when he does get upset, it's looking for things like, okay, is he on sensory overload? Or is he in pain that I can't see? And trying to understand why he's acting the way that he is. He's been growing so much. I can't imagine doing it any other way. Pooh, what does Pooh say?
I love you, Eon.
Oh, I love you.
I think the things that are unique about Early Start Denver model in the developmental realm, the fact that we explicitly incorporate principles of applied behavior analysis into what the adults are doing embedded in the play. And we don't see that as a contradiction. And then I can make it open and shut. Open and shut. Thumbs and fingers. Okay, that's what you got. Good, you got your fingers. Good, you got your thumbs. All right, here we go. He has a set of fine motor activities involving tracing, coloring, cutting, and gluing. And so as I was preparing, I was thinking about his objectives, which I have posted here on the walls for myself, so I knew what I was going to focus on. We go around. This is tracing. I didn't say, you do this, you do this. I said, I'm going to make a Valentine. I'm going to trace this heart. Look, it's a heart for Valentine's Day. And then he picked that idea up. I want to make a Valentine. I want to trace the heart.
Here are all my groceries. And once you have their motivation, they're engaged, then you can start elaborating the skills that you want to teach them, which is more of your agenda, what you're trying to teach the child.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Let's see the eagle.
Let's see the eagle.
Here he is.
You see it.
We're focusing now on increasing his expressive language and his flexibility in terms of play skills. So he can get a little bit repetitive in his play and a little bit inflexible, especially with certain toys, like his animals.
Are you all done with these chickens, or do you want to play more? Visit to the jungle.
My chicken?
Okay.
So we're really focusing on expanding his flexibility there and allowing other people in to play with his toys differently. I spy an animal that's dirty and pink.
There he is.
Oh, there he is. He's dirty and pink.
What's your favorite food? Let's see. Do you like vanilla shakes?
Yeah.
You do? Where do you buy your vanilla shakes?
At Whole Foods.
Oh, at Whole Foods. The objectives and the skills that we are working with Elijah currently are moving towards more conversational skills, more of a reciprocal conversation, so a back and forth. Really having him expand his sentence phrase. Do you want to go to Whole Foods or Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do Trader Joe's. Okay.
Autism is a disability. It impairs people's functioning across multiple life settings. And so my goal is to support children's development enough that they're no longer disabled, that they're functioning without disability at school, at home, in the community. I feel like if a child is functioning adequately in terms of all of the life demands, it doesn't matter to me what other idiosyncratic characteristics they may have.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for playing with me. Bye. I don't see any disability in Andrew. He is a social, sweet, loving boy. He's cooperative. He's creative. He's got good language and cognitive skills. He doesn't have any areas of dysfunction compared to his age right now. So I feel like we have arrested the onset of autism and kind of stopped it in its tracks and helped rewrite his development into a more normal path, and I have great hopes for him.